it's the weird, like...
And there was that one time for D&D, you had to RP as my girlfriend.
Yeah, I did. I did RP as your girlfriend. I RP'd as your shitty girlfriend. Your
Really?
shitty, emotionally unavailable.
Really shitty girlfriend.
Okay, I feel like we're...
Uh...
I feel like I've had my tail time. I feel like it's your tail time to explain me being your shitty girlfriend.
So... This is like one of the weirdest just roll with it types of... Yeah, he was a trap. No, well, technically, Yellow was a... Yeah.
She was an assassin who kept changing what her face looked like.
So, in some instances, yes. But, yeah, it was one of the weirdest just go with it situations in tabletop RPGs that has ever happened to me, where earlier in the day, an assassin had stabbed me in the hand and delivered a message saying, "Stop sticking your dick where it doesn't belong." Because my character is typical bard in every way, wanted to lay everything. And the day goes on, I patch up my hand, and we're trying to, find a place to sleep for the night. We go to just like a tavern, like a caravanner's tavern, where you can bring your caravan, put it somewhere safe, and then find a place to sleep for the night. And I'm looking around. I don't have a tent. And so I basically ask Will, what's good? Any tasties in this place? What are some good prospects? And Will's just like, ugly, probably don't want to touch, looks like they've been traveling quite a bit. And then I'm just like, let's go for, looks like they might have been traveling quite a bit. And Will's just like, oh, and also, in the corner, is a very attractive elf. And I'm just like, clearly he's thought of this on the spot, but it's good in his mind, so I'll go with it. So...
Gotta yes and.
Yeah.
Gotta overload the audience with clapping your mic.
Yeah. Basically what every good improver does. Alright, let's do this. Mm-hmm. And just walked over, seduced, and bedded, and in the morning found out it was the girl that stabbed me in the hand.
Okay, we can't just... we're yadaing the best part.
Yeah, that's true. We are yadaing the best part. The seduction is quite hilarious because on my part, I am not a flirtatious person. So me trying to flirt is just the funniest fucking thing because it's so bad. My character was a performer, and what he does is sword dances. And so what he does is he walks in and sees makeup and other various supplies and asks about it. And then, she gives an excuse of, I'm a traveling performer, and I'm like, oh, I'm a performer too, and I start to do a dance, and then this makes me, as a person, suspicious, so I'm like, check the room for, anything else that's suspicious, and you're just like, yeah, she's not a performer. And so, instantly, in my infinite stupidity, I turn around on this elf that is fit. And I am she's toit. I basically turn around. I am all social and all mental. I'm a talky smart person. I don't do the fighty fights.
Yeah, we were gonna have an intro that was being filmed and everything. We had the fucking slidey title cards, and yours was you with a lying full on the Lionel Richie album cover with a conspicuous wine bottle and an unbuttoned shirt.
Yeah, he was meant to just be the comic relief, really. This is what I give your dance 2 out of 5? Yeah, that's basically what it was in terms of flirtation quality. It was terrible. So I have my sword out because I'm doing my sexy dance. And I basically just turn and flick it towards her throat. And she, as an assassin, instantly drops into combat mode. And it's not looking well for me at that point. My party thinks that I've gone in there to bang, and they're just leaving me alone no matter what noise they hear. In fact, I specifically think I instructed them to ignore whatever noise they hear. And then I basically use because we had points for like luck and bullshittery, and I used every single point that I had to basically get the edge in combat, and then just be like, look, this can end one of two ways. Either we walk out the door and agree nothing ever happened, or we can both put our weapons away, acknowledge that neither of us are telling the truth, and have a fun night. And all my bullshittery points are gone at this point.
At which point, at long last, she goes, I mean, fuck it, it's just a job. And we fade to black.
Yeah, and then we fade to black. It was a very, very good night. I wake up in the morning, on the ground, and she is gone.
Now, that's the first encounter, but this isn't necessarily the story of her being a shitty girlfriend, is it?
Yeah, no, that is the story of how we met.
So, we fast forward, we're just gonna get over the genocide, but...
Yeah, there is a combat that is very, very bad, and I decide that it takes my character down a very dark route.
Yeah, there's some trauma involved, there's some need for emotional support. At which point, I'm getting ready for the next campaign, I'm prepping things, right? And I decide, everybody who's got a character who cares, who isn't like, oh, I'm level 2 and I showed up for 2 sessions, they're gonna have their own little moments. They're gonna have their own harrowing. They're gonna have their own moment where they realize, like, things are tough, things are not easy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I decide... David got the hot blonde elf via sleazy means, is dragging her along for adventuring. Just an assassin, it makes sense for, like, cool-ass fucking lore stuff. And... I say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be a shitty, emotionally unsupportive girlfriend. That's what I'm gonna do to get this situation down a darker, more emotionally tugging path.
And essentially, my character was constantly, like, trying to tug. Like, I was in on this fully throughout the entire fucking thing. I was in on this. And he just kept tugging at her, trying to get her a little bit closer, and she would just take out her knife, cut the fucking rope, and, like, step 2 yards away, and my character would just be like, but, no.
What was it? Like, you guys got behind enemy territory, and she pulled you aside and was like, look, listen, so, like, we gotta have a conversation. I'm an assassin.
Yeah.
And basically goes on to, in no uncertain terms, say, I'm gonna have to randomly disappear. I might not even be dead. You'll never find out. I hope you can deal with that, because that's what's happening if anything bad happens. And that means that if this is going to be any sort of serious relationship, you need to be ready for me to just suddenly not exist in your life. In other words... How many fingers is that? We'll count that 6 red flags. I know they're somewhat arbitrary.
There's 6 red flags on that bad relationship. Yeah. But...
We're taking inventory, we're taking our crates of flags, we're looking through the reds, we got 6 of them.
Yeah. And my character, essentially, at the end of this arc, is just like, okay, that's fine. And then she goes back to the group, he stays there just an emotional mess crying for like an hour. And that's the end of that character's arc.
Yep, that's the story of me being your shitty girlfriend.
Yeah.